Mega Dollar. Just go to Lipa na M-Pesa, select Pay Bill, enter business number 29588, enter account name KBC. Deposit 10 shillings or more, enter your PIN and press OK, then choose 10 numbers from 1 to 80 and send to 29588. And you can win up to 30 million shillings every 4 minutes. Deposit, play and win with Mega Dollar. Big game for big winners.
Mine is moving merchandise and making money. So why don't you give me my money and get your little homie Chewy there to move and get my plane loaded.
That's my car! Hey, get out door!
Find out who led that ground operation and get him in front of me yesterday.
Yes, sir.
What the hell? These kids are out of their minds.
Gor Mahia's back high-octane fixtures continues into this weekend when the defending champions come up against Sofapaka in a Kenya Premier League match. Catch the action live from Machakos County Stadium this Sunday starting at 4 p.m. on KBC Channel 1.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's broadcast of the news. My name is Victor Muyakane. We have a lot in store. Here's a glimpse, an idea of what we have.
It's a deal. National and county governments agree on revenue sharing, paving way for full-scale oil exploration in Turkana.
Megan, I give you this ring.
As a sign of our marriage.
As a sign of our marriage.
With my body, I honor you.
With my body, I honor you.
All that I am, I give to you.
All that I am, I give to you.
Presenting the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Prince Harry and American actress Meghan Markle wed at Windsor. Raging floods. Masinga Dam overflowing as hundreds are displaced in Homa Bay and Migori counties.
Needless to say, these are just some of the stories that we have prepared for you this evening. We would like to invite you to communicate with us and share with us what you think about the stories that affect you. You can do that through the SMS line on the top corner of your screen, which is 22162, starting with the word KBC. And I'll be happy to receive your feedback and sample it on air. You could also use Twitter through our handle, which is @KBC Channel 1. And if you may tag me personally @Muyakane, I'll be happy once again to sample your feedback live on air. And with that out of the way, we begin our coverage with news from the north. And the national government has struck a deal on revenue sharing from proceeds from the oil from the Turkana oil fields. This now sets in motion the full-scale production of oil after months of controversy over the sharing of revenue. The national government will receive the lion's share of the proceeds at 75%, while the local community will settle for 5% of the income, even as the county government settles for 20%.
It is now all systems go after months of push and pull on a formula to share revenue between the national and county governments from mining activities. The deal, whose legality will be sealed through the passage of the Petroleum Exploration and Production Bill, is perceived as the game changer for residents in Turkana County, who for years have suffered underdevelopment owing to perennial drought and insecurity.
As you know, we have been having problems with our petroleum and exploration bill that has been in Parliament as a result of some small differences. We have been unable to agree.
In the deal, the national government will receive 75% of the revenue. The county government will walk away with 20%, while the local community will receive 5% of the income.
I believe that on this basis, we now have an understanding that can put Kenya on the map of one of the oil exporting countries of the world.
The fruits of the oil discovered in Turkana can not only begin to benefit the entire country, but also benefit the community where this oil has been found.
Okay.
President Uhuru Kenyatta, who met Turkana County leaders, says the government will not waste any more time and will begin the exploration of oil, which will boost the country's economy.
We will also be able to intensify our exploration efforts, not just in Turkana County, but in the rest of the country, given now we have a legal instrument that can help guide how matters of oil and gas, especially, will be handled in our republic.
Turkana Governor Josephat Nanok says they will support the first tracking of transportation of oil via road, as well as the construction of the oil pipeline to Lamu Port.
As part of our agreement, agreed that the issue of capping, that was very sensitive, we have agreed that that issue now be removed, and we will continue now on the basis of those percentages without the issue of capping.
We will support the program for oil production moving forward, because the impediment that the Turkana people are concerned with, and even the Council of Governors in its petition to Parliament, has now been discussed and resolved in an amicable manner.
The start of exploration of oil has been marred by controversy amid a push by the local community to receive 10% of the proceeds from what it considers the region's black gold. Brenda Zeda, Radido, Channel 1 News Hour Weekend.
Now, the government has issued an alert of possible landslides along the Nyeri, Kangema, Gasharage and Thika Road corridors following heavy rains. The Kenya National Highway Authority is urging motorists to take extra caution on sections of the road that have been experiencing sporadic landslide. This comes as 19 people are being treated at the Kahancha Level 3 Hospital in Migori County after sustaining serious injuries occasioned by the ongoing floods.
Raging floods have become a common phenomenon across most parts of the country as ongoing rains continue to wreak havoc. The state of affairs are forcing hundreds of families from Nyabasi, Kuria East in Migori County to spend the night in the cold after a local dam overflowed due to heavy rains.
Maana sisi tunasita, tunataka tusaidiwe. Maana sisi hapa tulinunua lakini tunasita, ilikuwa maji bado chimbwa, sasa maji imegusa chimbwa, imegusa ndani ya nyumba.
Hata kipindupindu tutapata hapa kwa sababu hii ni maji inakuwa kwa mavi inakuja karibu na watu. Na watoto wetu wataathirika kama hii maji ingeingia usiku, simu tungesema tuingie ndani. Unaona kama hii maji iko hapa, ikikuja ikiingia si tunaenda ndani.
19 people were critically injured, are recuperating at Kehancha Level 3 Hospital. More than 300 families have been forced to seek shelter in Nyabikongori camp.
Tuko na homesteads nyingi ambazo zimeathirika na maji, hawawezi kupata sehemu ya kukaa, vitu vyao vimeangamia na maji, hawana malazi, hawana chakula. Wakuria ni watu wakulima na walikuwa wamelima na wametunza chakula yao kwa manyumba, lakini hivi sasa tunapoongea hiyo chakula imeweza kusombwa na maji.
Area Sub-County Administrator Mary Kitayama urged well-wishers to urgently provide humanitarian assistance for the affected families.
Ningependa kuomba majirani waweze kufungua miji yao ili tuweze kuaccommodate wale ambao wameathirika. Chochote ambacho unacho ambacho unaweza kutoa, na nataka wananchi wa Kuria hata wale wako sehemu zingine ili waweze kutupa msaada. Watu wetu wanahitaji chakula, wanahitaji mablanketi, wanahitaji net.
Kuria East Member of Parliament Mara Kiatam called on both the county and national governments to carry out thorough inspections of dams to avoid future calamities.
Structures that hold potential danger, like dams, this is the time to go around the whole country, do a proper mapping of all dams, big, small, whether they are owned privately or they are government owned. They should be inspected by engineers to check their stability.
In the neighboring Migori County, heavy rains have left residents of Kobuya village in Homa Bay County counting losses after the raging waters of River Sondu Miriwo, which burst its banks, flooded their homes. This despite the fact that there have been no rainfall in the area in the recent past. Kobuya Primary School has since become their home.
Ile nimepata, vyombo yangu ameenda, mbuzi ameenda, na kuku ameenda. Niseme hakuna kitu nimebaki naye kwa nyumba.
Shamba zao zimeathiriwa zote. Hakuna mavuno yenye watapata kwa huu mwaka.
No deaths have been reported.
Masinga Dam has begun overflowing with levels at the Kenya's largest hydropower dam expected to increase throughout the week. It is feared that the dam, which feeds 4 other dams downstream, may soon flood surrounding areas. However, as Linus Mashigadi reports, despite warnings of those to those residing along River Tana, Garissa and Tana Delta, they remain unbowed.
Time between now and Friday, the way the weather is, we will be expecting Masinga to spill. And therefore, this is an alert which we are kindly raising.
Masinga Dam in Machakos County. Warnings made early last week have come to pass. The dam, which feeds other 4 dams located in Embu and Kitui counties, namely Kiambere, Kindaruma, Kamburu and Gitaru, is spilling over with water levels expected to increase massively by Sunday. The looming crisis, especially to those living and farming on riparian land along River Tana and around other 4 dams, does not seem to intimidate the residents.
Hii ndio imejaa zaidi. Kulingana na vile maji ilikuwa, yani mvua ilikuwa iko mingi. Hati mvua ilianza kunyesha, hii haikuwa na maji mengi. Juu ulikuwa unaweza tembea mpaka huko. Maji tulikuwa tunachota kule, unaelewa? Hata hizi mambo ya fishing tulikuwa tunafanya huko. Sasa vile mvua inanyesha, inasonga.
Sioni mambo ya kuhama ikiwezekana, sababu nitahama niende wapi? Juu hapa ndio maisha yangu iko. Na ndio kila kitu yote katika biashara natendea hapa. Na hizi maji wanga imenikuta kwa wingi, mara mingi. Demu imejaa, maji na spill, inaenda inaisha, bado inatuacha. Kwa kusema serikali nasema maji ni mingi, hiyo haina tisho kwetu, sababu tumewahi kuona ikiingia kwa damu na kukiwa kumenyesha baka kama El Nino, na mwisho inatuacha na hakuna shida kwa hiyo maji.
Julius Nzioka, a farmer by profession, has lived in Masinga area for more than 20 years. Basking under the sun, he seems rather composed and moved by the advisories for locals to move to higher grounds.
Hii demu imewahi kujaa kadhaa nikiwa hapa. na imewahi kuspill hata El Nino, na si kutoka kwa sababu ya maji. Maji hakuna kitu kinatuadhili, damu inakuja alafu maji inarudi kwake, na kitu kinatuadhili naye ni saa ya usiku kuwa baridi, lakini haina madhara yoyote, na tunaamini itapita na ituache batu hapa.
The damage kubwa itaingia Machakos County side, because we have Masinga Central, we have Changosi, we have Ngetani area, Kivaa, zikienda hivyo.
Because hata ukitembea huku nini end ya hii maji, kuna pivots ambazo ziliwekwa ile ifike hapo, lakini sasa hii ni kama imepita hizo pivots. Sasa ndio inaleta hiyo shida sasa.
Nzioka, who grows maize, onions, tomatoes in his expansive land, says the current spillover is nothing to worry about, as it is smaller in scale compared to what he witnessed in 2007.
Ati El Nino, mimi kama mkulima nilikuanga hapa na nilikuwa nimelima, na hiyo wakati ndio maji ilikuwa mingi kabisa, sababu mvua ilikuwa mingi na maji ilikuwa mingi na imeingia mpaka kwa shamba yangu, lakini haikuweza kupikia mahali ya mboma. Mpaka wakati hiyo nilikuwa na umbwa yangu imekuwa na mamba, nikiwa naangalia inaenda imeingizwa mpaka kwa mto.
Farming activities along the dam that have caused the depth to rise due to soil slits. Fishermen in the area said that they have been affected the most by the current overflow of Masinga Dam.
Unajua maji imekuwa mingi, upana ya dam sasa ni kubwa, unaelewa? Sasa samaki wakati ilikuwa inaenda, samaki ilikuwa wachache, wengi, juu zilikuwa zinasanyika. Sasa unajua zinatambaa, mpaka zinaingia kwa mashamba hivi. Sasa ni kidogo, mpaka sasa isettle, ndio tutakuwa na mazao mazuri sana.
Already in lower areas of Masinga, over 500 families have been left homeless and local transportation gravely affected after more seasonal rivers burst their banks.
Safiri ndio inakuanga shinda, sababu sisi wenyewe tunatengeneza jingine za kando, sio ile inapitanga magari. Juu hiyo inakuanga imefunikwa na maji, sababu maji ikija kwa damu huwa inapanda na hizo tumuto tuwe tumewekwa mprinchi.
Over 300 homes zenye niko aware about, wenye nyumba zimeanguka kabisa, yani hiyo bomba imeisha.
In the event that the water levels continue to rise, communities that live around River Tana and downstream of Kiambere Dam may be affected by floods if they do not move to safer grounds.
This is the current situation of Masinga Dam, filled beyond its normal capacity. The situation is expected to be grave between Friday and Sunday, as the water level are expected to increase. Residents of Tana River, Tana Delta, Garissa are continuing to be urged to move to safer grounds, as the flooding disaster is expected to spill over. Reporting for KBC Channel 1 from Masinga Dam in Machakos County, I'm Linus Moshigadi.
Now, millions of people worldwide today witnessed the exchange of vows between British Prince Harry Mountbatten Windsor and American actress Meghan Markle at the St. George's Chapel in Windsor Castle in England. The colourful wedding was attended by the who's who of the global entertainment world and the royal family, and broadcast streamed worldwide. Now, following their nuptials, the couple will henceforth be known as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Oh yay! Oh yay! Oh yay! It's Harry and Meghan's big day. God save the Queen.
The town crier, decked in his traditional outfit, announced to all who knew it and the few who lived under rocks who didn't that the prince of the land was to wed this day.
Oh yay! Oh yay! Oh yay! It's Harry and Meghan's big day.
And with that, pomp and colour of the very first class was on display today in the third of the 3 glamorous royal weddings witnessed by the world in one lifetime. It all started with the ill-fated Charles and Diana in 1981, and then their son William to Kate Middleton a generation later in 2011. This time it was Prince Harry, 6th to the throne of Britain, and the American actress Meghan Markle. The ceremony took place at the 800-capacity St. George's Chapel in Windsor Castle, 34 kilometres west of London from noon. 600 guests were in attendance, in addition to about 1,200 members of the public invited to watch the ceremony on the grounds of Windsor Castle. In the absence of the bride's father, due to ill health, Meghan was walked down the aisle by her now father-in-law, Prince Charles. She wore Queen Mary's diamond bandeau tiara, loaned to her by the Queen, while her sculpted white dress was designed by Wade Keller from French fashion house Givenchy. The look was completed with a 5-meter veil and embroidered with the flowers of each country in the Commonwealth. The president of the American Episcopalian Church, Bishop Michael Curry, thrilled the crowd with a fiery sermon on love.
My brothers and sisters, that's a new heaven, a new earth, a new world, a new human family. And let me tell you something. Old Solomon was right in the Old Testament. That's fire.
After which the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, presided over the vows.
With my body I honor you.
With my body I honor you.
All that I am I give to you.
All that I am I give to you.
After the service, the newlyweds began their carriage procession aboard the Ascot Landau carriage through the town of Windsor as thousands lined the streets to catch a glimpse of the latest royal couple.
In other news, 23 patients underwent successful neurosurgery at a subsidized cost, of course, at the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Hospital in Kisumu. The inaugural surgery, conducted by a joint team of specialized doctors from the United States and Kenya, aims at ensuring access to affordable neurosurgery treatment, whose cost remains largely prohibitive to the average Kenyan.
Nilikuwa nafunga gutters kwa ghorofa 2. Bahati mbaya ngazi ikavunjika na mimi nikarol.
Neurological health ailments are some of the most difficult, complicated and expensive health conditions to manage. And many a times people from poor backgrounds with such conditions tend to lose hope and only wait for their fate. To worsen the situation, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital, one of the largest public health facilities in the western region of Kenya, has never since inception had any resident neurosurgeon to help manage neurosurgical cases. Meet 39-year-old Paul Okach. The father of 4 is one of the 23 patients who benefited from the subsidized surgery. The cost of surgery, which ordinarily would have cost him between 200,000 shillings to 3 million shillings, was reduced drastically as patients were only charged the theater fee.
Nilikuwa nafaa nipelekwa Eldoret na bahati mbaya mkono mfupi sikuwa na pesa. Nilikuwa empty. Nilisha lose hope ninaenda kufa.
The initiative, which was launched for the first time by Kisumu County government in conjunction with doctors from the US, saw 4 neurosurgeons screen more than 100 patients. Among those also treated was a 1-week-old infant.
We screened a lot of patients. They were probably in the up scale of over 50, but so far we have operated on about 20 plus patients. We've done a lot of brain tumors. We've done a lot of spine tumors. We've treated patients with hydrocephalus, and we've also managed to do a lot of trauma. Some people traveled from as far as Meru to come here just to get complex spine care for their traumatic spine injuries.
The exercise is also part of efforts by the county administration to train more neurosurgeons, as currently the hospital has an acute shortage.
We've talked to Dr. Wool and other colleagues whereby in the next year or so we'll be able to have somebody permanently trained here.
Kind of thinking on how we can get neurosurgery established here permanently to where we can continue to provide these services.
The surgeons are expected to visit the country once every quarter, with residents urged to take advantage of the subsidized costs to undergo screening and treatment. With the formation of the Kisumu Neurosurgeons Association and an arrangement between Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital and the county government of Kisumu, there is hope for the people from poor backgrounds suffering from neurosurgical ailments. Reporting for Channel 1 News from Kisumu County, I am Lilian Otieno.
Legislator Mutava Musimi wants action taken against top security officers in Embu County, of course, following the shooting and killing of a man in a land dispute. Elsewhere, a section of farmers in Samburu County are concerned that they may reap low yields due to infestation of pests on their maize crops. Details of these and other highlights in the county news wrap.
Speaking during the burial of a victim of Mwea Settlement Scheme land ownership row who succumbed to injuries, Mbeere South MP Mutava Musime called for investigations and possible prosecution of top security officers in Embu County. Musime is questioning the use of live ammunition to disperse protesters during a settlement exercise on land.
Kwa sababu kama watu wanaishi hapa kihaki na kisheria na serikali inatuma polisi kuja kuua watu, very serious questions of governance have been raised.
Elsewhere, a section of farmers in Samburu County are concerned they may reap low yields due to infestation of pests on their maize crops. This even as the county government assures it will assist farmers by subsidizing the cost of hiring tractors and deploying extension officers. Meanwhile, institutions of higher learning have been challenged to be more innovative to address the challenges of the 21st century. Deputy Director of University Education, Dr. Christopher Yegon, says universities must offer dynamic courses in order to produce globally competitive graduates. He was speaking during the inauguration of Dr. Stanley Mahosi Mbehe as the new Vice-Chancellor of the Nazarene University.
African Nazarene University has established a global footprint in the nurturing of disruptive innovators who have been recognized.
But in many ways, when the question is asked about the relevance of the education that we're offering in the academy today, in many ways it is an education about finding common purpose for education in the 21st century. That is what's made easy by all the changes that are happening within the context of the education environment.
And St. Paul's University of Theology Studies has entered into a memorandum of understanding with the Kiambu County government that will see the university's nursing and clinical students enroll for internship in health facilities within Kiambu County. Kiambu County Governor Ferdinand Waititu and St. Paul's Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic Professor Charity Irungu say the partnership will help students get hands-on experience from health experts.
We assure you that we want to, even in future, to engage your students in our facilities so that at least they can help us during their holidays or even when they are off duty.
Finally, the cooperative movement hopes to boost the National Blood Bank by 2,000 pints of blood during the annual 2-day blood drive in Nairobi. Ushirika Committee Chair Joseph Magomere is urging Kenyans of goodwill to turn up at the August Memorial Park to support the noble cause.
We are encouraging all Kenyans to develop that culture, to donate blood, to save other people who are in hospitals, who have got an accident, and maybe it's your relatives tomorrow, or you yourself may require blood at one point.
Now we take a short break. We'll be right back with more content. Today is Saturday, and as is our custom here at Channel 1, we have sports being the more dominant, or rather being given the more dominant coverage. And we have Richard Munga in the studio, and we have some guests in the studio as well. Get ready for an interview, or rather interviews, that I believe would be quite enlightening for you. In the meantime, keep talking to us. SMS lines are open, 22162, at KBC Channel 1, at Muyakane, at Richard Munga. Is it Richard _Munga? Exactly, Richard _Munga. And we should be able to get your feedback and sample it live and on air. See you after the break.
Je, waweza fanya nini kwa dakika 4? Na mega dola. Unaweza piga chef? Na mega dola. Kila kitu ni mega. Waweza pika ugali? Na mega dola. Pesa hapa ni mega. Na mega. Labda waweza fua nguo? Ni mega. Na mega dola. Ama unaweza tengeneza milioni 30. 4 minutes are enough to win big with Mega Dollar. Just go to Lipa na M-Pesa, select Pay Bill, enter business number 295888, enter account name KBC, deposit 10 shillings or more, enter your PIN and press OK, then choose 10 numbers from 1 to 80 and send to 29588. And you can win up to 30 million shillings every 4 minutes. Deposit, play and win with Mega Dollar. The big game for big winners.